The OJ Simpson, the ex-NFL star turned actor who was acquitted for murder, has died from cancer at the age of 76. He was best known for the sensational trial of the century involving the fatal stabbings of his wife and her friend. Just 2 months ago, in what's now believed to be the last video of him alive, the last public one anyway, he gave this update on his health.
My health is good. I mean, obviously I'm dealing with some issues, but hey, I think I'm just about over it, and I'll be back on that golf course, hopefully in a couple of weeks.
That was 2 months ago. Simpson's family said he died last night surrounded by his children and grandchildren.
OJ Simpson soared to fame as number 32 for the Buffalo Bills.
I'm sorry for all of it.
And plummeted to infamy as inmate number 1027820 in the Nevada Department of Corrections. In between, Simpson led a life filled with more surreal drama than all of his various film and TV projects combined.
OJ, you're a come on.
Mass media experts say Simpson's sensational televised low-speed chase,
I have OJ in the car,
arrest and murder trial
doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Stand as the first reality show and perhaps the greatest three-ring television phenomenon ever. At one point, the world heard O.J. Simpson's ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, say,
I don't want to stay on the line. He's going to beat the shit. Wait a minute.
Then later, Simpson was charged with the horrific murders by knife of Nicole and her friend Ron Goldman.
Ron and Nicole were butchered.
The trial made lawyers and even witnesses household names.
Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
When the jury freed Simpson, celebration erupted in parts of Los Angeles. But Simpson would never recapture his idol status. Simpson first sprinted into the national spotlight as the Heisman Trophy-winning running back at the University of Southern California. Then 11 spectacular years with the NFL vaulted him to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Simpson cashed in on the popularity, becoming a pitchman for Hertz, and an actor, becoming well known for the Naked Gun movies.
OJ Simpson, as you've never seen him before.
Simpson played a lawman on screen and ran into trouble with the courts off-screen. He lost the multi-million-dollar wrongful death suit brought by the families of his ex-wife and Ron Goldman, then moved to Florida. In 2000, Simpson was accused of assault in a road rage incident in Miami. He was found not guilty. In 2005, he was found guilty and fined for stealing satellite television. Then in 2007 in Las Vegas, police arrested him on several felony charges, including kidnapping and armed robbery. In that case, Simpson and armed accomplices raided a hotel room in what he called an attempt to just get back some of his stolen belongings.
And I didn't know I was doing anything illegal. I thought I was confronting friends and retrieving my property.
The Nevada jury never bought his story and instead sent him to prison. He was released on parole 9 years later in the dead of night with no fanfare and no bright future. Just the distinction of arguably the greatest rise and fall in pop culture history.
Well, joining us live now is legal analyst Charles Rosenberg. Charles, thanks for your time this morning. So let's start with your thoughts on O.J. Simpson's death overnight.
Well, I thought it was the end to a very sad saga because, first of all, he clearly killed them. I watched the whole trial, and I think it's pretty clear that he did. And you know, it was sad that he killed those two people in cold blood and snuffed out their lives. And it's sad for his family and their family. And, you know, it was sad for him because he was a great football star and he was certainly an okay movie actor. And he just fell totally from grace because of what he did. And it was his own fault.
Well, I mean, yeah, I thought he was a good actor. Actually, I quite enjoyed those Naked Gun movies when I was a kid. But, you know, you've got and that's probably more so Leslie Nielsen than anything else. But anyway, a whole generation of folks have grown up now not really knowing just how big a moment this was, legally and culturally. So what was it like for you, as a legal analyst at the time, to be in the centre of it all?
Well, you know, it was an exciting assignment to cover both the criminal and civil trial as an analyst for E! Because it was live and people were talking about it all the time. And so I was there watching it and giving my point of view about it. And it's an exciting time for me, but I felt bad that I was having an exciting time based on two people having been killed in cold blood. That's how I felt about it.
But this was the first kind of instance, wasn't it? But that it was basically, as they say, gavel-to-gavel coverage, wall-to-wall coverage of a court case that gripped America and the world.
Yeah, there had been some previous cases that were covered live on TV, but they weren't the same kind of thing. I mean, OJ Simpson was the most famous American to be accused of murder in a couple of centuries, or of a capital crime. And so that alone created a huge interest in it. And then you added to that something of a divide between the white community and the black community, although that wasn't uniform. And the fact that he denied it. So it became a murder mystery that people followed, day by day. Yeah,
and we're seeing that the images there of him with the gloves on. Now, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Were you there?
I watched it. I wasn't in the courtroom every day because he had a live show. So some of it we watched on a feed. So for that one, I wasn't in the courtroom, but I saw it. And, one of the funny things about the glove is that everybody thought that was important, although a lot of people thought that he just spread his hand so they wouldn't fit. But most people said, well, the glove, got wet with blood, and if you have a wet glove, it shrinks. And a couple of the jurors wrote a book about the trial, and they said, well, we thought the glove shrank because it was wet. So they weren't very impressed by the glove evidence themselves.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly looked pretty confident wearing it, didn't he?
Yep. So that's what they said anyway.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Charles, we're out of time, but it's nice to talk to you this morning. Good to get your thoughts with a trip down memory lane there. Appreciate it.